my left cheek. I didn't do this for 42 years in this town to tell them, you got 5 minutes to wrap it up. The trick here is not to get emotional, but I've talked a lot with my family and friends recently. I mean, I really came to Atlanta, stepped off a bus in 1967, July 2nd, 1967 at the Greyhound bus station. They should put a plaque there. They really should. I mean, if you have historical plaques in this town where Sherman's horse took a crap. In a Sherman's horse squeeze gets a plaque. But anyway, the first person I met was Mayor Jackson on the street. He was running for, I think, Senate. I'm not sure. U.S. Senate. U.S. Senate at that time. Handed me a brochure. Hope you vote for me. I don't even live here. I live in Texas. I'm here to visit my parents. My father was working at Lockheed. And so that was 1967. My entire life up to that point, I had never lived anywhere longer than 3 years, except Texas A&M, 4 years. I had no lifelong friends. Sean, you were raised in Long Island. You got, what's his name, Gomez, and you've got these people you've known all your life. Eric is from Macon. He's got more friends at the Jackson Diagnostic Center down there than you can imagine. Jamie, raised in Washington, D.C. I don't know where the hell you're from. Yeah. I mean, Clark Howard was in women's underwear in Atlanta. He was. His family owned the Lovable Bra Company. And we've often wondered how Clark had such a way with women. I mean, when you just hand out bras like peppermints. And you lifelong Atlanta? See? So it was, I came here in 67. By 71, it's time for me to leave. I've never been anywhere that long in my entire life. How many of you remember Ben Baldwin? Anybody? Ring radio. So Ben and I go to a football game. On the way home, oh, by the way, Carolyn has invited a friend of hers over for dinner. Thought you'd like to meet her. Oh, thanks, man. You know, I'm sure she'll be a troll. So we show up at Ben's house, and there's Donna. This is 1971. I'm supposed to be moving on. And I get 5 words out of my mouth, and she looks at me and she says, "You're an Aries, aren't you?" Yeah, you know, I can tell. So I asked her out, and she, "Oh yeah, I'd love to. Let's go to Uncle Sam's." How many of you remember Uncle Sam's? Wait a minute, this lady is going to go out with me? Do you remember Uncle Sam's? Wow, there was a band there, Pandemonium. God, they were great. Well, I later found out, here she shows up in her brown velvet hot pants. You know, legs all the way up. And she knows just where she wants to go that night because that's where her boyfriend is. And she wants to make him jealous. And then I move into Riverbend. Oh, God. That's where her boyfriend boyfriend lived. I didn't know that. And so she would actually tell me, they're having a barbecue out by the pool this Sunday, and I want you to stay in your apartment because Curtis and I are going to be at the barbecue. I'd stay in my apartment. As far as I know, that sucker is still tossing bags at Hartsfield, and I got the prize, damn it. But she wasn't going anywhere, so I wasn't going anywhere. And at this point, it is, well, we finally did. We moved to Naples in 2009. No state income tax. Okay? The tag for my Mercedes is $200 for 2 years. The tax on the airplane is zip. And we found out that Collier County, Florida had the longest life expectancy for females in the nation. I'd like for her to hang around. The second longest life expectancy for men. And that was because the women finally decided they needed all the money. But anyway, we have my daughter, her husband, they're down here in the front row, and we have a little grandbaby that I would like nothing more than to see rush out here on the stage right now, but she's at home taking care of the dogs. Donna's birthday was December the 15th. We're down in Naples. She's going out that Friday night with the friends for a little drinking, so I get a hold of the friends and say, I've got a surprise for Donna. You have to have her home by 8:30. Donna wondered why all night long they kept looking at their watches. You know. Finally, they all at one moment, we gotta go, and they got up and left. So Donna came home, and she had perhaps maybe had a little wine. So she went back and piled into the bed. I went downstairs and met Lori and her husband and the baby. You know how I avoid names here? But anyway, we got the little baby. I call her Sprout. We'll just say Sprout. We brought her upstairs, took her to the bedroom door. Go in there and say, happy birthday, Granny. So she opens the door, goes in. Happy birthday, Granny. Donna sits up in the bed. She's a little groggy. And she tells me later that her first thought was, Neal went out and found a little baby that looks exactly like my granddaughter. But that little girl is the assurance that we're going to be coming back to Atlanta time after time after time after time. And I've never lived anywhere as long as I've lived in this city, ever. And at the age of 67, you know what? I don't think the odds are really good of me ever living anywhere as long as I live in Atlanta. So, you want me to tell them that Coco story I told you on the radio the other day? Yeah? We lost our little dog, Coco. I wish we had a picture of him up there somewhere. Lost him 2 years ago, honey? 3 years ago. Coco was a Papillon. I was doing an angel flight to St. Louis one time. And I came back from that angel flight. I picked up a patient in St. Louis, brought him back. They pulled him out of my airplane, stuffed him in the ambulance. Just amazed they were still alive. By the time I got home, it was about 11:30, something like that. I go upstairs, I crawl in the bed, and I lean over to give Donna a kiss, and I come screaming out of the bed. Oh my God, there's a possum in the bed. And there's this little dog about the size of my fist. And that was Coco. Now, Coco was a male, but Donna had a favorite dog when she was a child. So she named this one Coco. Coco had a teddy bear. I don't know how Coco did it, but Coco would wear that bear out. Just where? He got that bear turned around exactly the right way. And I could swear I could hear that bear groaning when Coco died. So, we got friends over and Coco, and then he'd disappear, and Donna and I would look at each other and go, oh God. He'd come back with the bear. I'm telling Sean Hannity this story the other day. Sean said, did the bear have a name? Why did you care whether or not the bear had? And I said, you know, no, actually, we just called it the gummy bear. Anyway, WSB has these tour guides. These tour guides were there from Elmo Ellis, John Moore, the Morning Merry-Go-Round. I'm sure they had to get saline infusions before they could have the strength to lead those tour groups. And this is Belinda. Belinda answers the phone. This is Neal. They're outside the window. Neal talks to people on the radio. So they come. They had a no dogs policy at WSB. They had a lot of policies at WSB. So Coco would go with me to WSB. And I'd have a doggy bed up there on the console, and Coco would curl up and sleep in the doggy bed while I'm on the air. And here comes the tour group. Kids. And I can't wait. Royal cues up the music. Coco. Kids. I grab the bear. I toss it out on the table. Royal starts playing, Who Let the Dogs Out? And Coco goes and gets on that bear, and these little kids look like bullfrogs behind that window. And the tour group leader, okay, we'll go show you something safe, like hip-hop radio studio. So, Coco also would walk on his front paws when he peed, and I don't know why he did that. And I've tried it, and it's hard as hell. But anyway, Coco is in a little brass urn. He's in the studio in Naples. And he'll be going on the Boortz bus. Is it up there? No, it's not up there anymore. And Boortz bus, Coco will be making the travels with us around the country, as he has in motorhome trips a lot before. Now, I want to say something about Donna. She has taught me some great life lessons. Number one is, don't listen to Neal Boortz. Because she never has. She taught me the joy, and I know I don't sound like this on the radio, okay? But maybe that's somebody else. She taught me the joy of giving, of how great it feels to find somebody else in a desperate situation and help them out. This morning, on my way out to get my hair cut and all this kind of stuff, I'm at a gas station Chuck Dowdle sends his out to get kept.
Oh my God.
So does Monica.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, this little lady comes in with a cane, and she walks up to the other cash register. She's got a hat on, and she's 143 years old. Lord knows she shouldn't be. $20 on pump 7. And I throw a $20 bill, and I'm getting that. You know, and then walk out. It's her that taught me how to do things like that. Anyway, I want you to know that she grew up poor, not food stamp poor. Poor. Her father abandoned the family when she was 5. And her mother moved her and her brother into a garage behind her aunt's house. A garage. For privacy, they put ropes up in the garage and hung clothes and sheets from the ropes to kind of divide it off into rooms. They had running water at some point, but no hot water until she was 16 years old. And she knows what it's like to be in a desperate situation. And she will never, if it's in her power to stop it, to do anything, watch another human being in a desperate situation and not step in and try to help. She's the most amazing person I've ever known, and I love her. And I can't wait to get in that Boortz bus and just haul off with her to just Lord knows where, but I can't talk her into going to Antarctica with me. She won't get on that Drake's Passage, the roughest ocean water in the world. I think it'd be cool, honey. No? No. So anyway, Donna, Lori, Ronnie, Sprout, my family, first Belinda and Christina. I'll never be too far away from them. And then people like the ones sitting on this stage. God, this just beats the hell out of practicing law. The Georgia Bar Association was meeting at the St. Regis this week. What a miserable looking group. Aren't they? You're a lawyer. Are they the unhappiest group of people you've ever seen in your life? You were a defense attorney. No, you were a prosecutor.
I did a little bit of everything.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was an indigent defense attorney. Yes, I defended people who had the crack fairy deposit crack in their driver's seat.
I took one drunk driver to a trial one time and got him off. I knew he was drunk. Not in that sense. I knew he was drunk. He knew he was drunk. The judge knew he was drunk. The jury came back not guilty. I would never represent a drunk driver again after that. I didn't want to acquit another one and have him go out and kill somebody. Judge called me back in his chambers after that trial. He said, Boortz, you are going to be a dangerous attorney. And 17 years of that was enough. How long did you do it?
Only 5.5.
17 years was enough, except for Holyfield representing him, who was a complete joy. Yeah, he was this guy knocks people out for a living, and I never heard a cuss word out of his mouth. Ever. Ever. His favorite joke. Oh, I gotta tell you one more story. What do you call a man with no arms and no legs who plays 26 musical instruments? Stump the band. You have to work on that one. Okay, can I? You want me to leave, don't you? Okay. Read my book, The Story About the Topless Speech in Saint-Tropez. It's in there. God bless you people. I love you. Thank you for coming out tonight.